Hi guys, I have a treat for you because I have LIAH'S here.
Hello everybody, this is Leah. I am here in LA filming with the Susan Yara.
I'm
finally.
so excited about this.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, Leah has a ton of skincare information on her YouTube channel. She's also, you guys, the founder of KraveBeauty, and you've heard me talk about KraveBeauty. And if you don't know what KraveBeauty is because maybe you're new to the channel, I'll leave a link below in the description box to my whole brand review so that you can learn a little bit more. But the treat today, obviously, as you guys can see where we're at, is that I am reviewing Leah's skincare routine.
I know, I'm really nervous. Actually, when I was filming the whole time, I was really conscious about like, oh my God, how is Susan gonna react to this?
Well, there's added pressure because you are a skincare pro.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a pro, but we'll see.
Well, you have great information. If you guys haven't watched her channel, definitely head over there. I actually think you should head over there and even see, maybe try to guess what you think I'm going to say about her skincare routine. But I saw a list of the products that she used, and actually this is a little bit different because we have her nighttime and her morning skincare routine. So we get to see, I feel like we're going to add in, like fill in a lot of the gaps and stuff that we don't usually have with a lot of other people. But I also think that, you know, you guys, this is probably going to be like an immaculate skincare routine. So if anything, this is going to be just a lot of learning and, you know, asking about the products that you're using and why you're doing stuff. Because I feel like you have like a very simple approach to your skincare, right?
Very,
Yeah. So you guys ready to get started?
I am.
Okay.
Good evening everyone, Leah here. So today I'm super excited to share my evening skincare diary. I don't want to call it a routine just because I don't really have a solid set routine that I always stick to. As you guys all know, I try to do my skincare practice very intentionally, listening to my skin craving, paying attention to what my skin needs each day and night. This is a collab video with Susan Yara, the skincare queen from Mixed Makeup. I have been watching her videos for years and years. Definitely took a lot of gold nuggets of wisdom in skincare and self-care, and I really appreciate all the hard work that she puts into behind the entire production, entire media company that she built from the ground up. On her channel, she is going to react to this specific video. I feel kind of nervous, but also very excited.
Okay. Well, first off, don't be nervous.
Yes. Okay.
I'm sure you're gonna be great. Don't be nervous, one. Two, what kind of skin would you say you have? Like, what's your skin type?
I would say combo, normal, and very sensitive.
Very sensitive.
Reactive. I get red really easily.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. That tells me a lot about, well, you talk about this a lot on your channel too, right? And that's kind of why your philosophy is kind of, you know, like what your skin is craving, and that kind of stuff. And you had that whole preset challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, or press reset.
Yes, press reset challenge, just stripping it down to the bare basics so that you get to know what your skin can naturally do and then add supplementary products by your skin concerns, by your skin needs.
That makes sense.
So whenever I do wear makeup, I always wear lashes, so I'm gonna take it off. And before I remove my makeup...
I love how you went close in there. Wait, did you do that one for me?
Do you see me, Susan?
you know that that's a bad one, right?
I mean, I don't... Yeah, I guess so.
Well, okay, so it's not terrible, but we know that our eyes, the skin in our eye area is really thin and sensitive, right?
True.
So when you're pulling on the lashes, and I mean, yours didn't lift that easily. It wasn't that bad. Like sometimes we see people being like, and they're like stretching their eyelid out, and that's not good because you don't want to stretch that skin or anything. You want to just make sure that you're not, you know, because it's what adds up over time, right? Are you going to reuse the lashes? Okay, so what I'm finding is since a lot of people want to reuse the lashes, the best way that I've heard and I've seen is to just soak a cotton pad with micellar water or even a Q-tip if you want to like get detailed in there, but just make sure you're pressing it.
So dissolve the glue with the micellar water.
Yeah, but that's it.
I always wash my hands. So I've been using the pharmacy.
Wait, you know what? You might be the first person I've ever seen do this on camera. Wash your hands before?
Yes, I always wash my hands before touching my dry, makeup face.
Yeah?
Just because you are going in with the product, applying that, rubbing that all over the face, so I just don't want excess bacteria sitting on my skin.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, you know, I see people saying this all the time, like commenting on review videos, saying like, they didn't wash their hands, they didn't wash their hands. I feel like a lot of people are gonna be really proud of you. Okay, so going in with the first cleanse, and it's Pharmacy.
Green clean for years and years. I'm trying to finish up all of my products as much as possible before opening new things. This is so far my holy grail. I don't really apply foundation, but I'm not concealer free, so that's why I always love double cleansing, melting everything down in a very gentle way, and my waterproof mascara as well. Oh god, I will be right back. You guys know what?
So you're not wearing foundation, you're wearing concealer, but you're also probably wearing sunscreen too, right?
Yes.
So the Pharmacy balm cleanser is really good for even sunscreen. So a lot of people are constantly asking about whether they should double cleanse if they don't wear any makeup, but if they're wearing sunscreen, which they should, right? It's also good to double cleanse just to get that sunscreen off, because sometimes sunscreen can be very heavy. Your sunscreen is not heavy whatsoever. It's amazing, but most sunscreens, I would say, leave some type of a layer on the skin, and then they can clog pores, right?
And I think if you are wearing mineral sunscreen, they tend to be more adherent and adhesive to the skin, so those are really stubborn to take it off with just the water-based cleansers. So oil cleansers or cleansing oils, cleansing balms can be a really gentle sunscreen remover.
Yeah, definitely.
The next step is going to be, it's definitely the KraveBeauty Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser, which is a pH balanced, skin barrier friendly, super duper hydrating cleanser. It has a very gem-like consistency, as you guys can see. Here it is. So I try to finish my cleansing routine as quick as possible so my skin barrier doesn't get compromised. The longer the surfactants and detergents stay on the skin, it's gonna definitely do a little bit more damage than good.
All right, so I love that cleanser. It might be, it's actually tied between that and the sunscreen that you have.
Oh, wow.
Because I have to use both of them basically. I love both of them. But I use this in that Harper's Bazaar Go to Bed With Me video.
I was like, oh my god.
I love this stuff. But you did a better job of lathering it up than I did, because I was like talking and stuff while I was doing it. And I was like, okay, this is sitting on my face for a bit.
I know, it kind of made me nervous a little bit because I just wanted to cleanse it off, like wash it off immediately. That's how I kind of protect my sensitive skin. The longer the cleanser stays on top of my skin, I feel like it really tingles, irritates, no matter what kind of cleanser that I use.
That makes sense. You know what it also contributes to, I think, breaking down the skin barrier is when it stays wet too long.
True.
So that's probably a little bit, because I feel like your cleanser is really hydrating too. But it's probably the combination of that. So that's interesting. I'd never thought about that, because you know, like the big trend right now is to like wash your face longer. A lot of people spend a lot of time washing their face.
Yes.
So maybe it's more spending that time with the first cleanse, with the oil-based cleanser,
probably.
and then going into the next cleanser, right?
I'm currently testing out this IOP Retinol Expert 0.1%. I can't really say that my skin craves retinol, or there's a specific occasion that I do know for sure that I need to insert retinol. I use it more for a preventative measure to combat and prevent signs of aging, and also for research purposes as well, because I'm very intrigued. I'm fascinated by the entire study and the evidence behind the vitamin A, how it reverses signs of aging and sun damages, and also how it helps with acne too.
Does this mean that we might be seeing a Crave Retinol sometime soon?
I mean, I've been researching for a while.
Yeah? It's pretty hard, right, to come up with the right formula?
Yeah. I mean, this product is a brilliant product. They have so many patented technology behind it. So I don't know how to innovate that space, to be honest, right now. We only decide to develop products that I feel like I can innovate and disrupt or send another message in that category. But I feel like in retinol, there are really innovative, like technology and science-driven formulas out there that I don't really feel there is unmet needs that much.
I get that. I get that. All right, let's watch you put it on, and then I'll ask you more questions.
In my early 30s at the end of the day, and I started seeing lines. My makeup has been sinking and sitting into all the creases that I've never seen before around my eye area, and definitely my forehead has been forming. some noticeable lines that I never have seen. I know that with retinol products, over-the-counter retinol products, you tend to see more of 1% all the way up to like 5% here and there. But I don't think the concentration of the product formula matters. It's about how much of the entire retinol gets absorbed into the skin to work. They know what they're doing in terms of the delivery mechanisms. I just use it on the areas where I do see lines. Here. Now I'm gonna finish it off by using a...
All right, well, first off, I've got Leah literally like right here, and I see 0 lines on you.
I do have lines.
Maybe like when
up.
she moves, when
Yeah.
you move, but I don't see any other lines. But I still think using retinol as a preventative measure is a really good thing to do. Retinol is one of my favorite ingredients for skincare completely, and I love finding new retinols, and I didn't know about this one at all. And I couldn't even find information about this one.
It's a really new, fairly new product in South Korea, so it's not launched in the US yet, but hopefully they will bring it over. But IOPA has been like truly one of the most innovative biotech science-based skincare brands in Korea, so I really do trust anything with retinol with IOPA. So whenever this got released, I was like, I need to buy it, so I went out, bought it. It's been so great so far. But what's your favorite retinol product?
Oof. My favorite for a very long time has been this one by Verso, and I feel like they don't get talked about a lot. They're a Swedish brand.
Oh!
I absolutely love. They have, well, all of their products actually, not all of them, but a lot of their products have retinol, which I think can be overkill if you use too much retinol. But they have this, it's their superfacial serum.
Is it in an oil formula?
It's not, no. It's like it feels kind of like a cream, like a very light lotion for your face. And it's amazing. It makes your skin glow. It helps to turn everything over, but you don't get flaky and you don't get sensitive at all. And I want to know what their technology is. I like so want to know what it is that they're doing, because they have some kind of a proprietary technology also, and it's just really nice. And I talk about it all the time. I haven't brought it back out yet just because I already know I like that one. So I'm trying a bunch of different ones now that I'm like back in the retinol game.
Keep me updated.
I will, definitely.
Share all the really good ones. I know you've been using the Versed skincare one.
Yes, I've been using that one. So I had started, now that I like got back into it, I started on Drunk Elephant, and then I was like, okay, that one's a little too strong for me, I felt like, and that's a 1%. But I feel like what you said is correct. It's all about the formulation and how, like, because, you know, everyone's using different ingredients with the actual retinol, so it depends on how it's absorbing into your skin and how your skin is feeling afterwards and stuff. So I felt like that one was just a touch too strong for me, so I took it down to, it's basically like major baby steps with the Versed one, because I feel like that one's really, really gentle.
Do you apply it only on the areas where you see lines, or do you apply all over?
No, and I was going to ask you about that, because I wondered if you did that because your skin is sensitive. See, my skin isn't very sensitive, so I probably do things a lot differently in that sense, because I can probably go a little bit stronger. I don't want to freak my skin out, obviously, but since I don't have sensitive skin, I even use a lot of actives together.
Oh wow!
Where like people are like, oh my God, you're not supposed to do that, but
your skin is resilient.
My skin can handle it. Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
yeah. So you put it on in like the certain spots. Do you have a reason for that?
I just wanted to see like how it works on areas where I do see visible lines right now. So then I can kind of, you know, test it out, see if it really works, if it does deliver results as it claims.
It's not irritating your skin at all?
Not at all.
So I would try it all over your skin, and mostly because you're also there. It's not just anti-aging benefits that you're getting with the retinol, right? Like you want to keep the collagen going and staying active, right?
Going.
Okay, you want to make sure your skin cells are turning over, you're building that collagen and everything, and that's like the reason to use retinol, right? So I would maybe try it all over instead of just those places.
Try it.
I see that I understand that, like, you're trying to experiment and see if it helps with those areas, right? Yeah. But I feel like you'll see good results all over, though.
Okay.
You'll like it.
Facial moisturizer. I'm from Mugwort Cream, and I like how kind of buttery and waxy this feels. It's not by any means super rich or super oily, but it's like the right amount of butteriness that you need in the nighttime. Skin is finished. I'm gonna finish.
I don't really have much to say. I looked up the ingredients of this, and I feel like this is right up my alley, so I really want to try this. And a lot of people message me about this brand. Do you like this brand a lot?
I love this brand. It's really, really good.
Yeah? I'll give it a try. I really like it. You know what? I would think that with sensitive skin, you would want to start with the moisturizer and then put the retinol, but you're saying that it's not irritating your skin at all, right?
No. I mean, I thought it would, but it's a very, very gentle, irritation-free formula, and the concentration is a little bit too low, or lower compared to a lot of other conventional retinol products out in the American market. So I feel like my skin can be more tolerant to it. So that's why I wanted to incorporate it like first thing after cleansing when my skin is more bare, without that kind of interference with other layers.
So far everything looks really good. I don't know why you're nervous at all.
I don't know.
Like the lashes are just such a minor thing that everything else has been like, well, great, good job.
Thank you. I got Susan's approval. Proceed.
All right, let's see the last step.
Finish off my entire nighttime ritual by applying the lip sleeping mask from LIAH'S. You only need a tiny little bit, and then you're good. Morning, everyone.
All right, before we get into the morning routine, and I'm not asking this as a trick question. I'm not trying to trick you into anything.
Oh, okay.
But I tend to not use an eye cream at night, and I see you're not using one. What's your reasoning for it?
I worked in the industry before.
Yeah, give us some information.
I mean, oh my God, I feel like I'm exposing the entire industry.
That's great. Everybody loves exposing.
There's no fundamental difference in the formula or the skeleton of the formula between an eye cream and a moisturizer. Of course, eye cream can be a little bit more waxier, greasier, richer, or sometimes it does have active ingredients like retinol or vitamin C that would specifically target the lines around the areas. Other than that, it's just
Tiny little moisturizer, right?
tiny little moisturizer that's more expensive than a moisturizer.
Yep. You know, I feel like it's interesting because you talk to brands though. If you talk to brands that were kind of like iffy about launching an eye cream, they're kind of like, well, people just ask for it though. And I constantly am saying it's not necessary, but I feel like people will still message me and be like, can you recommend an eye cream for me? And I'm like, you don't really need it. But they're like, yes, I do.
It's 7 a.m. in the morning. Time to do my morning skincare. As you guys can see, I did wake up with good amount of grease all over my stitching. Morning cleansing has been the most skin changing habit that I committed to save and repair and restore my natural moisture barrier. And because New York City is so bloody cold at the moment, I want to protect and not give away all the natural moisturizing factors that I was already given. It's been really, really skin changing in balancing out my skin naturally. So I normally water rinse it, or I would just wipe away all the excess oil or sebum with a toner. I'm using this Laneige.
Okay, so this is interesting because people ask me, because sometimes I'll cleanse, sometimes I won't in the morning. I tend to not, I guess, but if I do wake up and I feel like, it kind of depends what I did the night before, you know?
Oh, like what?
Like if I used like a really rich cream, or I put like a mask on top of that cream because I felt dry or something, I might wake up and feel like I have a film over my skin. So then I might cleanse a little bit more, or I might feel like I'm more congested than usual or something like that. So then I might want to do another cleanse in the morning. But for the most part, and sometimes I use a cleanser that might have like AHAs in it or something.
Oh yeah,
and
I
then
saw
do that
that
in the
yeah.
morning. But that's the time that I'll do that. But for the most part, I'll probably just rinse. What was your reasoning for it?
Inevitably, cleansing is the most skin damaging step, especially when it comes to damaging and compromising your skin barrier. So for folks who have sensitive skin like I do, it's best to cleanse way less to protect your moisture barrier.
Right, because you don't want to strip your moisture barrier away, right? Because I said this in, I think, Katie's video, that your skin is smart, right? Like in some ways, I don't know if anybody actually says that, like scientifically. I don't know if people say your skin is smart.
Yeah.
But I think your skin is smart, and
really
it can really figure out what's happening unless you send it mixed signals, right?
Yes.
I like what I think you're about to do with this, how do you say it, Laneige, or do you say?
LIAH'S.
Oh.
In Korean?
I like it.
LIAH'S.
See, did you know I'm half Korean?
Yes.
I'm a bad Korean though, because I cannot speak Korean, and my grandma actually would be super embarrassed when I'd come to visit her, because all her friends would be like, your granddaughter doesn't speak Korean. So she'd be so embarrassed. She'd be like, you have to pick me up outside the house.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Edge Cream Skin Toner, Moisturizer, or Refiner in Korea. But this is also a really great toner or an hydrating essence to use in the winter time. It's very milky. I tend to saturate a generous amount so that I don't really tear or scratch my skin with a cotton pad.
Okay, wait. Even just hearing you say that, no, this is good information.
Okay.
But I feel like that's such a really important tip that you're saying, that you're really soaking the cotton pad. Because people see, you know, like even if they see me using something with a cotton pad, they're like, well, what's the difference between that and makeup wipes? And one of the big differences, I think, is that you can really soak the cotton pad. And then, you know, that way you're not tearing your skin because you've got it actually really working on your skin instead of trying to like rub and rub and rub, right?
Yes. Physical friction is bad.
I don't really see any dirt or grime here, so I do sometimes feel like morning cleansing is really unnecessary. But also it depends on your own skin too. And I oftentimes go in with another layer of cream skin. I'm gonna follow up with a really light.
So I feel like that's a very Korean specific technique. To go in a second time with the toner.
Oh, really?
And layer it onto your skin. So and I looked up the ingredients. It's a very hydrating toner. I like that, and it's very gentle. It's very milky. You could tell you like it a lot because you've used a lot of it too in the bottle.
It. Yeah. So basically, that's my first step of the entire morning skincare routine, because consider the wiping part as more of a cleansing, and now my actual hydrating skincare practice starts from applying the toner.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the thing to explain though is why that it would be different using the toner as like a cleanse instead of like an actual gel cleanser or something like that with water.
Toners don't necessarily have surfactants in it or detergents in it, so it doesn't necessarily dissolve your natural moisture barrier. So it's gentle, it's like a hydrating liquid. You're just physically kind of swiping away any kind of excess oil, sebum, whatever you have kind of accumulated on top of your skin overnight.
Okay, so and then I guess the other thing to point out for people that don't know, there are differences in toners as well, right? This is a hydrating toner.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
then Crave even has more of an exfoliating toner, right?
Yes, with an AHA.
Yeah, would you do the same thing or no?
No, not necessarily. For KraveBeauty Hallelujah, which has glycolic acid in it, that is specifically made to resurface your skin. So I would only use it whenever my skin is congested, whenever I need that kind of kick of exfoliation, not on a daily basis, not as a hydrator, if that makes sense.
Makes complete sense.
Weight and simple moisturizer. This is also Simple Water Cream from KraveBeauty. Smudge. Moving on to sun.
So you said you have combination skin and you use the So Simple. So would you say that that gives you enough hydration during the day? I know you're going to put your sunscreen on too, and that's going to give you a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would normally mix it with a squalane oil in the winter time, but normally it does in the daytime.
Yeah.
The So Simple Water Cream is the newest addition to the entire KraveBeauty family, and I think I was having the hardest time to find the most basic or the most essential moisturizer, and I was kind of browsing in the Sephora aisles and the moisturizer aisles, and I noticed that a lot of moisturizer are trying to become literally everything, trying to fix all of your skin problems with retinol in it, vitamin C in it, all of these like amazing active ingredients that might be great for some people, but if you just need a basic hydration, basic moisturization, there's really little to no options in the market. So I just wanted to have something that would be really great for sensitive skin like myself and someone who just wants that basic good old-fashioned hydration.
A lot of you guys have heard me talk about that, and people even ask me what I mean by that, like what do you mean by a basic moisturizer, because sometimes that's what I want, because I'm using all the actives anyway in serum form, or even like my essence or my toner or something like that. So for me, I just want a moisturizer that's just going to add a little bit more hydration and then basically protect everything.
Sunscreen. This is Beat the Sun SPF 50 PA 4+. Let's apply a generous amount. So that was my entire evening skincare and morning skincare routine, practice, diary, however you want to call it. It can be even more simple than this. It can go a little bit overboard whenever I do get excited with new products. Don't forget to check out Susan reacting to this very video. I will provide the link down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!
All right, so one, I love that you also put your sunscreen on your neck, because I feel like a lot of people forget that area, and you have to definitely protect your neck.
Yes.
So I've noticed the names are a little bit different from the Korean version and the US version, but is it the same thing?
So the formula is completely identical. So the Beach Shield in the United States is basically the same formula as the Korea's Beta Sun SPF 50 plus PA 4 pluses.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, 4 pluses. So in the United States, it's called broad spectrum if one sunscreen formula protects your skin from both UVA and UVB. Normally, SPF number indicates how much it protects your skin from the UVB, whereas in Korea and in a lot of countries actually outside the United States, they use that PA measure system that indicates how much it protects your skin from the UVA.
Oh, interesting. So it kind of gives you, because it can be like plus or just plus plus or plus 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 plus.
Yeah, it can go up to 4 pluses.
Okay.
Within Korea though.
Oh, okay.
How do you apply sunscreen? Do you also rub it and then pat it in?
I do.
Yeah, you pat it in.
Yeah. Well, I'll rub it because I'm just spreading it, and then I'll pat it in.
Okay.
That's how I usually do it.
I thought like I was a weird one, just like patting everything in. I
No.
just wasn't sure.
No, because who told me that? I feel like this was ingrained in my head years ago, where somebody was like, you can't just keep like smearing it all over, because then it's not staying in that spot. So you want to pat it into your skin. It's also more gentle to pat it in too. But yeah, I always pat it in. Smear and then pat. Smear, pat.
Smear. Yeah.
All right, so I love seeing that you have a very simple morning skincare. I mean, you have a simple nighttime routine and a simple morning routine, which is different. Usually when someone Korean walks in the door, I'm like, okay, this is going to be an elaborate skincare routine. But I also noticed that you don't use vitamin C in the morning, which is kind of one of my go-to serums in the morning.
Is it?
I love vitamin C.
She loves her vitamin C and her retinol.
I do. I love my actives. I love my actives. But I know you have sensitive skin. So is there a reason why you don't?
I haven't found one L-ascorbic acid serum or a formula that would sit comfortably on my skin. It stings so much because of the acidic nature of the formulas. So I just tend to not bother at all. Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, especially with sensitive skin. I think that's actually probably the biggest issue with vitamin C's. If I even feel, when I'm trying a vitamin C, the first thing I'm looking for is if it's going to sting my skin, because if it's too acidic, I feel like it's not going to work at all.
Oh, if it's too acidic?
Yeah, if it feels like it's stinging your skin, that's just going to hurt your skin.
It can hurt your skin.
And that tells me it's not stable, and this is me just guessing.
I mean, but normally vitamin C is the most active between pH 2.0 to 3.0, so that is a fairly acidic level to apply on one's skin. So, I mean, if your skin is really tolerant, which it is, right? I think you can definitely handle that acidic nature.
Yeah, for the most part I can. Every once in a while, there seems to be a vitamin C, and sometimes it's like a vitamin C cream, or it's like, there was one by The Ordinary. A lot of people are like, it was so strong. You should have diluted this in the first place when I talked about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like for the most part, my skin can tolerate vitamin C. But I do use that as a measure. If it's too acidic for my skin, what's it going to do to the average person's skin, right?
If I would add another layer in my AM morning skincare practice, I would definitely add another layer of antioxidants. So vitamin C serum like L-ascorbic acid can be a little bit too much for my skin, but I like the Inky List CoQ10. That's a solid antioxidant layer.
Yeah. Well, Leah,
yes.
I mean, it was pretty immaculate. There's nothing to really critique about your skincare routine. If anything, I feel like we learned a lot from your routines.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah, and it was good to see. Oh, well, of course. Yeah. It was interesting to see also, it really does fill in the gaps to see from the nighttime routine, if you're using something like a retinol, that's a very strong active, to see that you're also then using, a sunscreen in the morning, which I guessed that you would be using a sunscreen since you offer a sunscreen too. It's really interesting to see that you're doing something simple, especially like I said, when you think of Korean beauty, you think of a very elaborate routine, but it's not necessary.
Korean skincare has been simplified a lot. Skincare diet has been going crazy. A lot of people are sticking to minimal, simplified routine, and they have been seeing results in reduced inflammation, reduced acne, reduced sensitivity. So it's kind of a testament to saying that a lot of the times you are overfeeding the product, you are oversensitizing your skin with so many different products.
That makes sense. That makes sense. That was actually one of my 2020 skincare resolutions, was to simplify a lot more, you know, because I felt like I was trying to go down this hole of just too much stuff.
Yes.
And your skin can only absorb so much too.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'm taking it down a notch too. I like the skincare diet. That's going to be my diet for 2020. My diet this year is a skincare diet. I like it. Well, Leah, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you guys learned a lot. Obviously, go to Leah's channel. I will leave a link below in the description box. Thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.